Fuck you, I'm smarter, bitch.
I can't believe you're gonna rig this game.
We don't want to feel dumb anymore. I feel so stupid right now.
We're here to find out if we're actually dumb. Don't ask us any questions.
Two bumbling morons. Fuck you, I'm smarter.
Welcome to Fuck You, I'm Smarter, the comedy game show where we compete with a guest to be crowned the smartest person in the room. Zoom, YouTube Live. Yeah, baby.
YouTube Live.
YouTube Live. We are doing a pop quiz. You're missing great content if you're not watching. We know we're not really advertising the YouTube Live, but we promise we will. So you can watch this dance. Hi. How are you?
Can't watch this dance.
So you can watch this dance.
It's
tax day.
It's tax day. Hey, everybody. If you're listening to this early and you haven't done your taxes, do them today.
Literally, they're due today. So what's the rule? You got to get them in by midnight?
I think by midnight.
The night before?
No.
Oh, that night.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've done them the day of before. For sure.
I have never done them the day of.
Oh, yeah, because anything official or legal fills me with anxiety. So when I'm filled with anxiety about something, I put it off until the last minute just to increase the anxiety. Yeah, let's really dive into it.
I mean, I'm sure I've done it like a week before, but I've never done it the day of.
I recently have started doing them about a week before, and that's me being like very responsible.
Wow.
Yeah.
And she does them herself, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I'm an accountant. You guys didn't know that.
Yeah. Kelly has math skills. You've heard her do
I
math.
actually do have math skills. I've learned from this podcast. I'm not as dumb as I thought I was.
No, I
actually
don't think you
do.
are. Yeah, you should give yourself a little more math credit.
Thanks.
Well, it's tax day. Next week is Memorial Day, I think.
Oh my gosh.
Or maybe it's in 2 weeks.
I don't know.
Should we should probably do a Memorial Day episode, right?
Yes.
And talk about memories and stuff.
Yeah, it's about memories.
Yeah.
It's a scrapbooking day.
We're going to deep dive into our scrapbooks and talk about our favorite memories.
Bit like ticket stubs from movies and concerts.
From Warped Tour 1999.
Yes.
All right, so now we know what we're doing for Memorial Day.
Wow,
we'll figure out who our guest is going to be for Memorial Day. Someone with a lot of memories, you know?
An old person with a lot of memories of war.
Yeah, we got to go through Aunt Lydia. Oh my God, can we tell the listeners about how you got high and started thinking about your parents in World War II?
Yeah, of course.
Tell them. Okay. Tell them.
So I was at the pool with Lindsay and some friends, and one of our friends, Jen. Can I shout out her name? Is she gonna? She doesn't care.
She doesn't care.
She doesn't have like a corporate job, right?
No,
yeah,
she doesn't have a job right now.
Well, exactly. Who cares if we're eating gummies? So she gave me a THC gummy. It was 5 milligrams, which for me is a lot to take at once because I have to tread very lightly.
Yeah, I usually take a half.
So I did half. I ate half. I was feeling nice. I had a couple of like cans of that. What's that great brand that I bought from Silver Lake Wines? That like mezcal drink.
Oh, that was nice.
Those were so nice and light, like El Anita or something like that. And I was feeling nice in the pool, and then I was about to leave. The sun was going down. Everyone had their like evening plans. And my evening plan was to hang out with my neighbor, Carolina, and
eat a steak.
No, it was a different time.
Oh, just
that
kidding.
was the other night.
Got it. Keep thinking about that steak.
It was really good. And so I was like, I feel good. It's been a while since I took the first half of this gummy. I'm going to take the other half.
Now, were you already at the pool or were you home?
I was like getting in my car or something, or like leaving the pool.
Got it,
like it was like the last moment. I was like, I'll take this for the road, even though it won't hit me for an hour.
Right.
So when I got home, I was like fine at first, like really just like playing music and I sent you a text message like of the song I was listening to. I can't remember what it was now. I think it was like Peter Murphy or something. I was like, this is the best song I've ever heard in my life. No one can tell me this isn't the best song ever written. I listened to it 17 times in a row.
And there's like six of us on this text chain, like eating dinner and watching RuPaul's Drag Race, like getting blasted by Kelly's
about
deck.
how high I am. I was you were my journal.
Yeah.
So progressively getting more and more stoned, taking a shower. It was revolutionary. Revolution. Well, it was a revelation.
It was a revelationary experience.
Then I ordered $70 worth of Indian food from India's restaurant, best place in Silver Lake. Shout out. I ate there yesterday as well.
No, but then you started crying.
Well, then I had it was peaks and valleys. Like I didn't even stay on the topic of how my parents were born during World War II. I didn't stay on the topic for long, but I dipped in there in my mental roller coaster and I started crying and then I started laughing at myself for crying and then I got over it and started listening to Peter Murphy again.
And then she started sending us she was like, I'm crying thinking about how my parents were born during World War II. And then she stared sending us pictures of laser cats and it was
no, that's what I'm saying. It was
insane.
It was like one thing to the next to the next to the next.
It was a lot.
It was all over the place and it was really fun. But then after I ate the Indian food, I was laying on the couch and I got so stoned I literally could not get up. And I told Carolina, who lives next door to me, that I couldn't hang out with her because I didn't think my mouth was going to work.
Yeah. So. I wouldn't want to be with your mouth in that moment either.
It wasn't working.
It wasn't working. It was beautiful to be on the other end and be on another wavelength. I was on another planet.
Yeah, and then Jen was like, 2.5 milligrams is perfect. You take 5, it's a whole other ball game.
It's a whole other ball game.
I certainly was.
I can't.
Yeah.
I start feeling too high and a little too crazy.
I was having a lot of fun with myself.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of having fun with yourself, should we talk about masturbation or should we continue on to the episode?
Is that part of your...
No, not at all.
No, we could go on.
All right. Well, we're going to do a little pop quiz today.
We'll save that for another time.
And we had a guest recently who didn't wind up doing our show because it's actually an incredible story. I won't say who it is, but one of our guests that we booked, her sister is having a baby on her own. And she's basically going to act as the partner. So she was supposed to do our show and it just got really overwhelming because her sister's due any minute and she's going to all the Lamaze classes and doing all the baby work stuff with her.
That's so sweet.
It's
I would
incredible.
not be able to be that person for my sister. I love my sister, but I wish she would drive me crazy.
All, if I lived in a house with my sister, we would kill each other.
Oh no, we'd both be dead.
B of all.
Like within a week.
If my sister was like, I want to have a baby, so I'm just going to do this alone because I don't have a partner. Will you be my partner? Like my sister and I would wind up dead.
I'm saying
never happen.
We don't even have guns, but we would have a shootout.
I just think
we'd have a stab out.
It's the coolest, most selfless, amazing thing to ever do.
It's beautiful.
And so I had written this quiz for her when she was supposed to do our episode called Oh Baby Baby, all about babies, to see how prepared she was.
And it's about Britney Spears.
To be a mama. It's only about Britney Spears when she was having a baby.
Got it.
It's just about babies. So Kelly, are you going to have kids?
I guess that's my answer.
I don't know if that's a yes or no. Or
I don't either.
Yeah.
That's why it's my answer.
So maybe this will be good for you, if there's still a chance, because you didn't say no. So you're saying there's a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance.
We're going to see how much you know about babies. Are you ready?
Fuck you, I'm smarter.
Kelly.
Lindsay.
Which one of these things does not grow when you're having a baby? Okay. A, your heart. B, your lungs. Or C, your feet.
Which one of these things does
not grow when you're having a baby?
Your lungs.
That is correct. And that's why a lot of pregnant women have trouble breathing.
Yeah.
When they're pregnant, because everything's kind of sitting on their lungs and their
everything's
lungs
shoved up into your lungs.
Yes. But I thought that was really
Baby
interesting.
takes up a lot of fucking space.
That
Well, yeah.
your heart grows.
Well, you can get as much as 50% more blood going
Yes.
through your body when you're
oh my
pregnant.
God. I feel like I need to give you like 17 points that you just knew that.
No, that's okay. I mean, I'm very slowly taking a prenatal yoga class.
Oh, well,
so that's why.
Oh, so you may know these.
I might, but I'm not done with the class because
But that was really good. Your
Yeah.
blood volume increases by 50%. Your heart beats faster and stronger and grows larger to
And your
keep
feet
up
swell.
with supporting the little miracle growing in your womb.
let's not speak too soon. We don't know that it's a miracle.
Right. It may be a piece
Could
of
be
garbage.
the next Ted Bundy. We don't really know.
All right. And your feet can grow up to one full size.
Gross. Just kidding. It's fine.
All right, Kelly.
Yes.
Number 2. There is actually such a thing called COVADE, which is COUVADE syndrome, also known as a sympathetic pregnancy.
Oh.
So this is when your partner actually has
like symptoms?
Phantom pregnancy symptoms.
My partner better have a fucking COVID pregnancy.
Are you kidding? If my partner said to
no.
me, "Oh, my feet hurt too."
No. He can't complain about it.
Yeah, I would be like,
No.
"You can go."
He just has to be so sensitive to me that he feels like how he just has
You
to
want
be
him to be
so
in
in
pain.
tune with. I want to hurt him.
You want
Yeah.
him to be in pain, in
Yeah.
severe pain. Okay,
You got me.
So, which one of these is not one of those symptoms? Okay.
Okay.
Because there's like common sympathetic pregnancy
Sure.
symptoms. Which one of these is not one of those symptoms? A, nausea, B, swelling, or C, cravings.
Swelling.
That is incorrect.
Oh.
It's actually cravings.
Nausea?
I'm sure
Oh.
that the dude or the partner will be like, "Oh, I'm craving ice cream too.
I also need a hamburger.
Right.
Like why? Yeah.
But that's not an actual symptom.
Got it.
But nausea, swelling, and weight gain, believe it or not, because they're eating
just
all
eating.
of the cravings.
They're eating everything she's eating.
But cravings is not a real. It's not a real thing.
Got it.
For men or for the partner.
Right.
Okay. Number 3. When does little baby boo boo have their first cry? I hate it. I instantly got a headache when you did that, and I had rage inside of me and wanted to literally.
Well, then you should not be a mother.
I know. I'm worried about it. So do you need an A, B, and C?
Yeah, I forgot the question already, to be honest.
When does little baby boo boo have their first cry?
Oh, okay. Yeah, give me an A, B, and C,
So,
please.
is it as soon as they shoot out of their mama's hoo-ha? Is it in the womb the last few weeks of pregnancy? Or is it in the womb as early as the second trimester?
Cry like open mouth cry?
Just crying in.
like a single tear? Or like
No.
you know, like
I'd have to ask the baby.
I don't. Well, if it's like mouth open crying, I would think it would be after birth, but maybe not. I don't know. They like suck their thumbs and shit. Let's say in the womb later.
It is actually in the womb as early as the second trimester.
Oh, okay.
They can cry. Studies
Okay.
have shown that babies begin to cry silently
Oh, that's how I cry.
in the womb as early as 28 weeks.
Yeah, that's how I cry in my bed.
Scientists believe that this is a form of practice communication for when babies are born rather than a reaction to feelings. So they're just hyping themselves up.
Babies do not have feelings.
They're hyping themselves up. That you don't think babies have feelings?
No,
Really?
no feelings. Dead inside.
Dead inside. Just alive on the outside. Got it. Whoa.
Hot take.
Hot take.
I'm
I don't
kidding,
even
I'm
know
kidding.
if I can comment on that.
It was a joke. It wasn't funny, but it
I
was a joke.
think that they're like dogs. Like they have a lot to say. They're thinking a lot of
That's
things.
a fucking hot take.
But they can't. They don't know words yet. So it all sounds like, you know. They don't know words.
No. Why do they need
They're
to know
not
words?
in their brain going, "I'm sad today." They're just like.
Well, you're also not doing that because of words.
I have the words to articulate.
You have the words
in my
to articulate
brain.
what you're already feeling.
Yeah.
The feeling doesn't come from the words.
Okay, so just imagine you don't have any words.
Right.
And you're feeling sad.
I would still feel sad.
But what would your brain do?
Make
the
me
noise.
cry.
Make the noise. In your head, what you think it sounds like without words.
Or something like that.
If that's not a reason to join the YouTube live, I don't know.
I don't know what.
I don't know what is.
You guys are missing out.
That I will make sure to post that.
Thanks.
Wow. Okay. Number 4. You know, during pregnancy, women can develop some really gnarly cravings. Obviously, we've heard pickles. Sardines are very popular.
I love those things already.
Grapefruit.
Delicious.
But were you aware, and this is a real Kelly question.
Why?
Were you aware that 30% of women have cravings for non-food items during pregnancy?
Oh, yeah. I've heard about this.
So which one of these is not one of those bizarre non-food cravings that has been recorded? So all of these have been recorded from pregnant women having these non-food cravings.
So it's not to say that no one has ever had it. It just hasn't been documented.
Yes. And this is only one of these is not a thing that's been documented.
Okay.
A, soap. B, chalk. C, tree bark. D, stones.
Tree bark.
That is correct. However, paper is one of them.
When I was 12 years old, I went to a slumber party and there was one girl there who was like a little more bad than the rest of us. And she saw a piece of paper and she was like, you know, we could smoke this. So she rolled the paper into what looks like a cigarette or a joint, just like literally rolled it up and lit it and we pretended we were smoking.
And it wasn't like it.
I think
did
I was
it have
younger.
an
I was
active
like
flame, or
younger
did
than-
you blow out the active flame?
We probably had to keep lighting it.
I feel like
Or
if
you think it
light
would,
a
like-
piece of fire,
it would just
piece of
keep
paper,
going.
It would have an active flame. You probably like blew it out and then sucked on it.
Yeah, probably.
That is
so
hilarious.
stupid.
Well, I feel like when I was younger, we smoked like oregano, or I mean, there were
for
things that we
sure.
smoked, right?
Yeah.
I mean, tea.
Yeah.
I'm sure there were things around the house that we were like, "Can this get me high?"
Exactly.
And then
the answer
sniff
is
and
no.
eat a bunch of glue.
Right, like crush up like poppy seeds.
Oh, like 'cause it's heroin.
It's opium.
Yeah, hilarious. Just doing heroin in 8th
Just
grade.
trying to do heroin as a
Yeah, it's great.
young teenager.
All right, number 5. According to a study published in the Journal of Reproductive Medicine, women over 5'5" tall are more likely to A, conceive twins, B, go into labor early, or C, have a boy. If you're taller, which one? Twins,
Labor early.
boy, labor early. No, it's actually twins.
Really?
Yes.
There's a
Fraternal
height
twins.
component to twins.
It actually says it's because taller women have higher levels of a certain kind of protein that's released from the liver that is linked to increased ovulation.
Oh, so there's still a chance I could have a kid because I'm kind of tall.
So there's still a chance.
still a
So you're
chance. I'm
saying there's a
So you're
chance.
saying there's a chance.
Yeah. All right.
I'll just stick with having a hysterical pregnant. What is it called? A sympathetic pregnancy.
Yeah. You should just have one of those
Okay.
until you're ready. I mean, may we
Until
all.
you're ready.
May we all have a sympathetic pregnancy
May
until
we all.
we're ready.
May we all.
All right, last question, number 6. Pregnant women suffering from heartburn are more likely to A, give birth to babies with full heads of hair, B, give birth to babies with jaundice, or C, give birth to premature babies.
I'm going to go with jaundice.
Pregnant women suffering from heartburn are more likely to give birth to babies with full heads of hair.
Huh. What is
Yes.
that? Another hormone
I'll tell you. You want to know why?
protein thing?
So this was once thought as an old wives' tale, but it's actually been proven to be true by researchers at Johns Hopkins University. This is because women with high levels of certain hormones can result in heartburn. I guess these high levels of hormones cause the heartburn, and it's the same hormones that play the role in how much hair babies can grow in the womb.
Got it.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it's just two symptoms of a hormone.
I wonder, because I get a lot of heartburn. I wonder if that means like I have a hairier bush, you know?
You have a hairier butt. I'm just kidding.
Maybe. I mean, because
actually,
like,
I don't know. Do you have a hairy butt?
I don't have a hairy butt.
I feel like I have a hairy butt.
Yeah, you've said that before.
Haven't you seen it?
I have never noticed
Lindsay,
that your
I want to
butt-
show you my butt.
Well, you got to show the YouTube live then.
I think my pants are too tight.
I feel like you've
It's
told me
hard to-
before
it's too
that
hard to do.
there was some sort of
Logistically.
waxing involved, so I just know that
Yeah.
there's a hairy element to your butt.
Yeah.
But I've never seen your butt and been like, "Oh, Kelly has a hairy butt."
Right.
I don't think it's that
That's good to
hairy.
know. I think it's fine.
But yeah, that is Oh Baby Baby.
Oh, baby, baby.
It's good to know these things. I don't know why. I mean, honestly, like if you look up these baby quizzes and stuff that we've had to do a few times on this, it's like if I were a new mom, and I was trying to figure out how to have like an easy pregnancy or how like things I can do, all the research online is just you might have a hairy baby. Like that doesn't help me in any way.
I mean, I think that's just the sites that you're looking on. I think there's a lot more information out there that you can
I
find.
feel like I've looked. I've Googled like having a baby, like things I should know about my body.
Why don't you
or,
get
like,
what to expect when you're expecting?
Well, I'm not going to buy a book.
Well, there we go. And that's where the education is lacking.
Right.
Is that you're only using like
Free sources.
free sources on Google that
Yeah.
of like varying degrees of accuracy or relevance.
Yeah, that's correct.
Got it.
Oh, baby.
World War One.
Oh, no. Why are you doing this to me?
Because my parents were born during World War II. It's Memorial Day soon enough, even though we're not sure exactly when. And we also asked ourselves who was in World War I, or I asked you for some reason in another quiz weeks ago. And then we decided that that was something we should look into more. We should know more about the major wars of life.
Cool. I can't wait to not know any of this.
Lindsay, number one, World War I, or the First World War, was a global war originating in Europe that lasted from what year to what year? Hey, when did this happen? When did this happen? Ish.
Okay.
Just give me an ish.
20s?
No.
30s?
No.
No, because it was probably before the Roaring 20s.
Good girl.
So it was probably the Roaring 20s was like, we're done with war. Let's go crazy.
Very good. So just give me 2 years of beginning and an end. Just throw it out there and maybe you'll get it.
1910
No.
to 18.
You got 18.
18?
Yep, 18. So it was 1914 to 1918.
All right.
July 1914 to November 1918.
Okay. 14 to 18. Lindsay, remember that. World War I, 14 to 18.
And what else? What do you need to remember about pregnancy? If I have heartburn, I have
a hairy
head of
kid.
hair. Head of hair.
Hairy
head
kid.
of hair heartburn.
Head of hair heartburn. Head of hair heartburn. Head of hair heartburn.
Number 2, World War I was also known as A, the Great War, B, the War to End All Wars, or C, the War of the Roses.
I think it's the Great War, and then they were the greatest generation.
No, I think it was the War to End All Wars.
Oh, the greatest generation was
you know what?
before our parents.
No, I actually think it was both of those things. But
The Great War?
I wrote this a couple days ago and I didn't highlight the answers.
That's great.
So give me 1 second.
Yeah, go ahead and try to find the answer to that.
The Great War was World War I, but I think it was also called the War to End All Wars. And then what happened? World War II.
Right, so it didn't end all the wars.
No.
It was actually like the first
Yeah, same.
of many world wars.
Yeah.
Actually, there's only technically been 2, but
Lindsay, number 3, what started the war? You know this. We've talked about this, I think. You know this.
The Battle of Normandy. No, I think that
Excuse me.
Russia.
Excuse me.
I think that Russia
was involved. Very good.
I think that Russia
No.
was doing some weird stuff with Hungary.
They were like,
And
they were getting it on.
Germany
Mhm.
was like, well, actually, we want to be in charge.
Mm-hmm.
And then Russia was like, well, we're czars. So we're czars in charge. Like large and in charge. We're czars and in charge.
Like Large Marge.
And then they all were like, well,
Or
let's
Charles in charge.
fight about it and see who's the winner, baby. And then RuPaul came out and was like, you're the winner, baby.
And then they all did a death drop.
Yes.
No. But you got some of the players right.
Okay. I know we've learned this.
We have
before.
learned this. Hold on a second.
I just don't remember. But it must have been over land.
It's
It
not.
It wasn't?
No, I'm going to give you a clue. Hold on one second.
Give me a clue.
Okay, don't look at my computer.
I'm not looking at your computer. Give me a clue and let's see if I can figure it out. Is it me first in the gimme gimmies?
No, don't look.
I'm not looking. Sitting in silence.
Shh.
Right. You're lonely. You know I'm here waiting for you. Because you're telling me about Franz Ferdinand.
Yes.
Right. So Franz Ferdinand. But I don't remember what happened. But I remember Franz Ferdinand being like a key player
Right.
in this. But I don't. So Franz Ferdinand must have been from France.
It's probably Franz.
It sounds French. Is it
No.
not?
No. So, okay. So I'm going to tell you what happened. On the 28th of June, 1914.
Right,
That's
'cause
the
we know
day the war.
1914 to
This is considered
18.
the first day of the war because of this event. Okay. So on June 28th, 1914, a Bosnian Serb Yugoslav
Yes.
nationalist member of the Serbian Black Hand Military Society assassinated
Franz Ferdinand.
Archduke Franz Ferdinand of the Austro-Hungarian
Probably
heir.
Austria-Hungary
Correct.
at the time. Okay.
Austria-Hungary were one thing.
So Serbia kills Franz Ferdinand. Who's
So Austria-Hungary is like, fuck you.
Right.
Right.
So they go to war, and Russia
And then all of their allies
joins
get
team
involved.
with Serbia.
I'll tell you what happened. So because Russia supports Serbia, Austria-Hungary waited for a while to declare war
Because they
weren't
didn't wanna get into
sure.
it.
They were like, "That's Russia's huge. Like, if Russia's going to support Serbia, that's going to be crazy. So let's see who we can get on our side." Well, they got Germany,
France.
No, okay. So this brings me to my next question. This is what started this whole thing, is because I asked you who was involved or who were the allied powers or something. Who are
Wait, can I
the
ask
central
you a
powers?
question though before we do this?
Yeah, sure.
Why
did they
was
murder
he
him?
assassinated?
It's a really good question. I hope I have the answer here.
What happened?
Well, he shot him
Yeah, but like why? Why?
because Lindsay, unification or death. That's why. Okay.
So Serbia was like, who's unifying?
Okay, the Black Hand, which was the secret military society that authorized this assassination,
Okay.
was a secret military society formed in 1901 by officers of the Army of the Kingdom of Serbia. It gained a reputation for its alleged involvement, it was involvement, in the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand in Sarajevo in 1914. They had already assassinated someone else. So they formed with the aim of uniting all of the territories with a South Slavic majority who was so confusing. They wanted some kind of like national identity or unification.
They must have been owned by
that they
someone that
weren't
they didn't
get-
want to be owned by. And they were like, well, now we want to do our own thing or something.
The political objective of the assassination was to break off Austria-Hungary's south. They wanted independence.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
From who?
From
though?
Austria-Hungary.
Okay, so Serbia wanted.
They
were attached.
Serbia was attached to Austria-Hungary, and they wanted their own country or like combination of countries.
So it was kind
they
of
wanted to be
overland.
combined into like Yugoslavia.
Okay, and so Russia was involved with these guys.
Russia was involved with
Serbia. Now
and France got involved on their side.
Okay. So we asked
My question
in a
was,
former episode, who were the great powers?
Who were the powers? Right? Who were the two powers? What countries were involved in the two powers, and what were the powers called? So last time we did this, we talked about it. They're called the Central Powers, and that was Germany, Austria-Hungary, Bulgaria, and the Ottoman Empire, which is why we were talking about it.
Yes.
Who were the other factions of the war? Who was the other side? What were they called, and who were they? So we have the Central Powers: Germany, Austria-Hungary, Bulgaria, Ottoman Empire,
and the Eastern Powers,
the Allied Powers. And that was obviously
Russia. We have
France,
Serbia,
which we talked about.
And then was China involved?
No, but Japan was.
Japan was involved with. Were they allies?
Yeah, I said that the Allied Powers.
I was just kidding.
I already said it.
Well, no, I was at.
Oh, yes.
I didn't realize you meant on the same team. Okay. So
yes.
So Japan was also involved.
Involved with the Allied Powers with Russia, France, and Serbia.
I wonder why France. Because
they were already an ally of Russia, I think.
Got it. Okay. Interesting.
Like, yeah. So that's all it was. They just and then Great Britain, Italy, Romania, and the U.S. eventually.
Were Central Powers or
Allied powers?
Oh, interesting. So they all were like, we're on Serbia's side
basically,
here.
Yeah.
You guys need to get your life together.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm sure there's like a ton of other things that were involved in the reasoning, but a lot of it was just like, well, we said we would back these people up if something happened.
Right.
So we're backing them up.
Okay. So to recap, Serbia, black, what are they called? Black Hand kills Franz Ferdinand.
Right.
Who's the
Archduke
of Hungary, Bulgaria. Austria-Hungary.
Right.
Austria-Hungary. Then Germany's like, I guess we got to help these people. So Germany stays on the Austria-Hungary side. And everybody else pretty much goes on the other side with Serbia, Russia, Japan, France,
U.S.
They're all on the other
side.
UK. Okay. I think I can remember that.
Famous last words.
Ask me next
week.
I'm
going to ask you next week.
Yeah.
I am.
The Allied powers and the Central powers.
Good girl.
All right.
Franz Ferdinand. Now.
Yes.
What? Go ahead.
No,
what were you gonna say?
No. I was just going to say.
I just wanted to say there was another person assassinated by
the Serbians?
This Serbian dude on the same day sitting next to Franz Ferdinand. Who was that person?
Interesting question. My brain says Mozart, but I don't think that's correct.
That's a really good guess. But I think we would have that would have been way more publicized if we knew that Mozart also died on this day.
Who was it? You want to give me a hint? Will I ever guess it?
I think it will. You'll guess it if I give you the hint.
Give me the hint.
It was a woman.
You think I'm going to guess it? Mary Queen of Scots. Was it? Who is the woman and the horse?
Who is the woman and the horse? Oh, are you talking about? You're talking about. What's her name? What's her name?
What's her name in the horse?
You're talking about
who's the woman in the horse?
You're talking about what's her face? The one now I can't think of it because you asked me twice.
Who's the woman in the horse? Who's?
That's not good. It's not going to come up with
the
that.
Woman.
Who's the woman in the on the horse?
in
You're talking
the
about
horse.
Joan of Arc.
Thank you. Was it Joan of Arc?
No. I love that I knew what you were talking about. Who's the woman on the horse? Joan of Arc.
I thought she was in a horse.
Inside of a horse? You thought she was in the Trojan horse? We got to do a deep dive into all of that. Let's do you do Trojan horse, I'll do Joan of Arc.
Okay, we'll see where they meet.
They don't. I don't think they do. Oh my God. And if they do, God bless.
We need to do an episode of The Woman in the
Horse.
Woman,
We're calling it The Woman in the Horse.
Who was the woman with him?
It was his wife, Lindsay.
If it wasn't Mary, Queen of Scots, and if it wasn't The Woman in the Horse,
you don't care?
Who was it?
It was his wife, Sophie Maria Josephine Albina Chotek von
Whoa.
Choctaw und Wognen. That was her name. Yes. And actually, they have a really cute story. I'm just going to give you a quick little background. Him and his wife, there was a deep scandal involving them.
Okay.
So what was the scandal surrounding their getting together?
Oh, you're asking me.
Yeah.
She was, I've got Handmaid's Tale on the mind. So she was his servant.
No, it wasn't that scandalous.
It
it was scandalous for the time.
Cousin. She was a cousin.
That wasn't scandalous at all for the time. That was practiced.
Her husband, Franz Ferdinand's business partner.
I love your guesses. Yours,
Simon V.
Periwinkle.
They were besties, and she was with him, and then she left him for Franz Ferdinand.
Cute. No. So honestly, the scandal was that she just wasn't as well bred as he was.
She wasn't as white.
She wasn't. No, she was just as white. She just wasn't as royal or as noble as he was. She wasn't as noble as he was. But she was
the
still
Princess Diana of the time.
Exactly. So they looked down on her. They refused to give her these certain titles, but he married her anyway because he really loved her. And as they both got shot,
I'm glad they died together.
I know, it's actually really beautiful. And as they lay dying together, his last words to her was, "You have to live, Sophie. Live for our children."
Who says? Who is there?
Wikipedia, bitch.
I know, but
someone I was there. It's documented. I don't know if it's true, but I believe it.
It's
they loved each other.
Pretty.
He gave up a lot in society for her, and she was never fully accepted, and he was like, "I don't care, I love her, I'm gonna marry her anyway." So I thought it was beautiful.
Franz Ferdinand was a nice man.
Yeah, it's really sad.
Watch, we're gonna find out that Franz Ferdinand had
he got
150 slaves. Sorry if he wasn't a nice guy, but from that story,
he sounds really nice.
Sounds really nice.
All right, well, that's all I got for you, Lens.
What was that game called?
I cry when I think about my parents being born during World War II, so I decided to focus on World War I today.
Love it. So Franz Ferdinand was killed by Serbian Black Hands, and his wife was Sophie.
Yeah. Good girl.
I'm doing great.
Yeah. And it started World War I.
Great. Well, that's your pop quiz today, kids.
Pop quiz.
Little history, a little home ec, baby making, science, whatever you want to call it. Home ec, baby making.
Home ec, baby making science.
If you have any subjects that you want us to do a pop quiz on, we would love to
email. You can
quizzes.
hit us up on social media, on Instagram at Kelly and Lindsay with an EY. And you can email us. What is it?
FUMsmarter@gmail.com.
Thank you.
We also are doing YouTube lives,
which we'll start telling you about.
Yeah, and you can find that. I know that the "fuck you, I'm smarter" is kind of hard to find because of the F word, but if you put in the YouTube search "fuck you, I'm smarter," it will come up.
Okay.
So don't look for "F you, I'm smarter" on the YouTube live. Go to "fuck you, I'm smarter."
Spell it out. You're saying
spell it out. And if you get confused or if you don't know where to find us, we have all of our links in our bio on our Instagram that will send you directly to how you find the podcast. It has our Spotify. It has YouTube, Timber the series, our web series that we did. It's all there on our bio for Instagram.
Beautiful.
At
Thanks, Linz.
Kelly and Lindsay. And we'll see you guys next week.
All right. Happy tax day, bitches.
Bye. Good luck on your taxes. We hope you get lots of money.
Fuck you, I'm smarter.